25 Wilson's Bird of Paradise Facts. Indonesia's Diphylodes respublica. Wilson's bird of paradise is one of the most colorful birds in the world. In this post, you'll learn 25 facts about Wilson's bird of paradise, including appearance, habits, diet, and regions. 25 Wilson's bird of paradise facts. What you need to know. You probably won't see a more fancy-looking bird than Wilson's bird of paradise. Not only is it known for its bright colors and elaborate tail feathers, but its complex mating behavior will make you smile and shake your head at the same time. As captivating as this bird is, there is far less information documented about it compared to other species. But, don't despair, because we offer you the following 26 interesting Wilson's bird of paradise facts. 1. What does Wilson's bird of paradise look like? There is no mistaking Wilson's bird of paradise. You'll know the male with one glimpse of his multicolored body and signature blue crown that resembles a bonnet. The male's back and wing tips are crimson while the upper wings and tail are brownish black. He also sports a yellow cape, an emerald breast, violet legs and feet, and a pale green inner mouth. His unique, turquoise crown, which is visible at night, is mostly bald with a few black feathers that create a crisscross shape. Topping off his fancy suit are long, violet-blue tail feathers that split into two curlicues. Watch on YouTube. Much less ornate than the adult male. The female and younger male are brown with a pale blue crown. Don't feel bad for the drab female, because it is this sexual dimorphism that gives her the power to judge the male's appearance and choose whether he will make a proper father for her offspring. Genetically speaking. 2. How big is Wilson's bird of paradise? The Wilson's bird of paradise averages about 6.3 inches, 16 centimeters, in length. Males can reach a length of 8.25 inches, 21 centimeters, when including their curlicue tail feathers. 4. What is Wilson's bird of paradise's wingspan? It is estimated that Wilson's bird of paradise wingspan is approximately 3 inches, 7.62 centimeters. 5. How did the Wilson's bird of paradise get its name? You could say that Wilson's bird of paradise got its name due to a political stance. During the mid-1800s, it was typical for zoologists to honor royal family members by naming newly discovered species after them. But, when the British naturalist Edward Wilson purchased a specimen of a bird that was unknown at the time, Napoleon's nephew, Charles Lucien Bonaparte, named it after Wilson. He did this because he was a dedicated Republican and wanted to honor the Commonwealth over royalty. 6. Are Wilson's bird of paradises friendly or aggressive? Because of their limited range and solitary lifestyle, there is still much that experts don't know about Wilson's bird of paradise. So, maybe this species is just one of those types that are not necessarily unfriendly, they just prefer their own company. Out of the whole bird of paradise family, Wilson's species remains the most poorly known, so it's difficult to say for sure whether they are aggressive or not. However, multiple males have been observed displaying in the same area without any signs of being territorial. 7. How long do Wilson's bird of paradises live? Wilson's birds of paradise have a lifespan of 5 to 8 years in the wild, but can live up to 30 years in captivity. 8. What eats a Wilson's bird of paradise? Predators and threats. Snakes, hawks, owls, and humans are some of the known predators of this bird of paradise. Other threats and factors that may decrease the population of this species include humans hunting for their feathers and habitat loss due to forest fires and logging. 9. Is the Wilson's bird of paradise endangered? The Wilson's bird of paradise is not endangered, but due to its confined range and habitat loss, the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species ranks this species as near threatened. 10. What do Wilson's bird of paradises eat? The Wilson's bird of paradise is an omnivore, feeding on both plants and animals. They enjoy eating a balanced diet of fruits and some small insects. 11. What is the Wilson's bird of paradise's Latin name? The Latin name for the Wilson's bird of paradise is Diphylodes respublica. 12. What other names does the Wilson's bird of paradise have? The Malay people of Indonesia call this species the birds of the gods. 13. Do Wilson's bird of paradises mate for life? No, Wilson's birds of paradise do not mate for life. The males are polygynous, meaning that they mate with multiple females at a time. After mating, the female will go about her business of building a nest, while the male heads back to his mating dance arena to attract a new female. 14. What is Wilson's bird of paradise mating dance? Even though this bird hasn't been studied as in-depth as other species, we do know some interesting Wilson's bird of paradise facts regarding courtship rituals, thanks to experts like the British naturalist David Attenborough, who first filmed this bird's mating dance in 1996. We know that this bird is obsessed with cleaning his arena before inviting a female over to his place. The male Wilson's bird of paradise is meticulous about sweeping his dance floor clean of leaves and other debris. After he is satisfied with how his court looks, he will then set out to attract a female, but his first step is taking on a peculiar frozen posture while perched on a vertical branch. Once a female acknowledges him, he will then begin to vocalize with her while showing off his bright colors and gaping at her with his inner mouth. As the ritual intensifies, he will also display his throat feathers that expand into a wide disc around his neck and face. 15. At what age do Wilson's bird of paradise lay eggs? Females of this species begin laying eggs when they become sexually mature, which is believed to be between 2 and 3 years of age. 16. How often do Wilson's bird of paradises lay eggs? Information on Wilson's bird of paradise facts regarding eggs is unavailable, but these bird species mate twice a year, May/June and October. 17. How many eggs does Wilson's bird of paradise lay? What do they look like? It is not known for sure about this species, but based on other bird of paradise species of the same size, it is believed that the female Wilson's bird of paradise lays between 1 and 3 eggs per clutch and that they are tan or brown with dark spots. 18. What is Wilson's bird of paradise's call? If you have ever heard a car alarm going off, then you know what the call of Wilson's bird of paradise sounds like. But, in case you live in some remote area and have never heard a car alarm, this bird's call is loud shrill that is repeated several times. Watch on YouTube. 19. Are Wilson's bird of paradise loud? The Wilson's bird of paradise is not known to be a noisy bird but does make himself heard in the forest. As stated above, this bird's call sounds like a car alarm going off, and even though it can be heard several feet away, it is not nearly as ear-piercing as a car alarm. 20. Do Wilson's bird of paradises carry disease? While many bird species can carry parasites and diseases such as avian influenza, bird flu, and avian malaria, there is no current information on any Wilson's bird of paradise diseases. Researchers do occasionally take blood samples of various birds on the islands where these birds of paradise live, but there aren't any readily available reports of any diseased Wilson's birds of paradise on the internet. 21. Where does Wilson's bird of paradise live? The Wilson's bird of paradise lives only on the islands of Batanta and Waigeo, which are located off the northern coast of West Papua, Indonesia. 22. What is the habitat of Wilson's bird of paradise? While this bird of paradise prefers the tropical hill forests and moss forests at elevations of around 1,000 feet, 300 meters, it has also been observed in lowland rainforests and higher mountain forests. 23. Where do Wilson's bird of paradises nest? It is the female Wilson bird of paradise that solely takes care of all the nesting duties. And she usually builds her nest in the fork of a tree from materials such as leaves, vines, and ferns. 24. Where can I see the Wilson's bird of paradise? The Wilson's bird of paradise is an elusive bird that mostly stays to itself outside of the breeding season, so it may be challenging to see it in the wild. Arranging a birding tour in Indonesia with a skilled guide may increase your chances of seeing it. Otherwise, some people have claimed to have seen this species at the Jurong Bird Park in Jurong, Singapore. 25. How many birds of paradise are there? Depending on you ask, there are anywhere between 39 and 45 types of birds of paradise. In addition to Wilson's bird of paradise, here are 40 of them: king bird of paradise, greater bird of paradise, red bird of paradise, near threatened, lesser bird of paradise, blue bird of paradise, vulnerable, Victoria's riflebird, superb bird of paradise, Wans Parotia, near threatened, 12-wired bird of paradise, ribbon-tailed Asteropia, near threatened. King of Saxony bird of paradise, magnificent riflebird, paradise riflebird, western Parotia, Reggiana bird of paradise, black-billed sicklebill, Stephanie's Asteropia, long-tailed Paradigala, near threatened, pale-billed sicklebill, near threatened, emperor bird of paradise, near threatened, Wallace's standard wing, Halmahera paradise crow, Obi paradise crow, trumpet monocode, glossy-mantled monocode, Joby monocode, crinkle-collared monocode, crow-crested monocode, Corolla's Parotia, bronze Parotia, Laws's Parotia, standard wing bird of paradise, growling riflebird, black sicklebill, brown sicklebill, short-tailed Paradigala, Arphic Asteropia, splendid Asteropia, Juan Asteropia, Goldie's bird of paradise, vulnerable. Your turn. We hope you have enjoyed reading these Wilson's bird of paradise facts. Are you as impressed with this little bird as much as we are? If you have any questions or answers that are not included in this post, please be sure to let us know in the comments.